Hey everybody, welcome back to Satisfactory 1.2. Back to the desert. Or dessert, you know, get the food cart out, get some nice treats. A little sweets, a little ice cream, little cookie, little cake, little pie. I must be hungry. Hi everyone, welcome back to Satisfactory, where we're starting fresh in the desert and building towards, well, just, you know, the usual. Get the stuff up space elevator, but have fun, do it, try some new ideas, play with some new concepts, make some pretty things, hopefully, and play with the new tools. And so far, my favorite new tool is the truck paths. I'm here standing on a tractor station that is now at our expanded power. Yeah, off camera, immediately started running out of power again. As soon as I got the steel plant on, power started getting pretty tight again. So I have doubled up on my coal generation, and you can see that all my generators are currently working. If we check our power on this power pole right here. Okay, let's get out of photo mode. On this power pole here, you can see that I'm currently producing 2400 solid. Again, that is not taking into account the biopower backup I have, and that means I've got about 400 megawatts of overhead now. So my max consumption is well below that line. And that'll at least get me through, I think, getting the rest of the factory run up. So where did I get the coal for this? Well, what I actually have here is I did a little bit of reworking with the coal lines. So let's take a quick tour here. We have to hop into our little travel tube, and off we go. Whee! And here we go. All right, so we have the coal that we are pulling from down there that we were sending down all the way down to the end there to get into our steel plant. Well, that tractor is now diverting to there. So all of the stuff that I'm pulling out of that coal mine back there is now being diverted over to there. But where are you getting your coal from then? Well, where I'm getting my coal from for the steel plant is... I really should time this out better somehow. Maybe it has some fill-in music. Is from right over here. Yeah. We have a lovely little coal generator right here. So we have a coal node, the normal one below us. But, you know, throw a few crystals in there and away we go. So we're now pulling the coal up from here. That is what's going into the steel factory, and that is how we are going to be making the steel. So what is the plan for today? Well, the plan for today is to start over here. Let's see if I can hit this Y. I don't know how to make those work, man. Oh, is it E? Yeah, I put a Y in there. Just so if I'm over on that side of the platform, I can quickly jump into the tube, but I haven't figured out how to get myself out of it. All right, so here we are back at the factory here. Don't worry about these machines. It just means that I have nothing but steel plate in the production, so that has kind of slowed things down. And last week we started working on our steel plant, so we are now getting in our steel beams eventually, and our, yeah, so here's our beams. Here is our pipe. Yeah, we got lots of those. I'm gonna need to unlock my sign so I can label these guys. And we also started, you know, thinking about how we're gonna do the rooms. And I am still planning ideas, and I've got new ideas, and yeah, we'll just see what kind of settles down. Just kind of filling in the platforms and whatnot. Of course, you know, cover the world in concrete. So what do I need to do? What is this empty container for? This empty container is for my encased pipes, because I'm going to be using the encased pipes recipe, which means I am going to need a buttload more concrete. So in preparation for that, we are going to be using the alternate recipe that requires both silica and limestone to basically triple my concrete production, which is yay. And I am bringing the quartz in. I have been bringing the quartz in for a while. The truck's just been happily burning its fuel, running back and forth with a full load. So I need to get my quartz set up, which means I do need to get some quartz crystal, as well as the silica powder, and then mix the silica powder in with my concrete. So for the concrete, yeah, this place is getting big here. It's getting further and further to run. And I've completely encased the crater now. All right, so here you can see my limestone is now being diverted. So whatever is in these machines here, if it's got anything, yeah, see these guys are all empty, so I can start emptying them out. So everything's either gone into this container here or is uploaded to the dimensional depot. But I've already run the conveyor line from that limestone node. And because I'm not using the same, like the iron to come back to where the steel used to be, I use that same channel, and this is just a little bit of a squeeze to get through, to run the limestone down as well. Let's get this light turned on so you can see the limestone's running through here. Don't look at that. We don't see it. It doesn't exist. So I've already got my line running towards where I want to put in the next segment. That seems weird. Let me change that up quickly. Sorry. As I see something, as I get distracted by something, I'll fix it. It's generally how I do my repairs on my base, is just, oh, that should be fixed. And then I go ahead and fix it. And I don't know if you remember last week, I was having trouble getting the standard FICSIT floors to show up. I did a restart of the game and they showed up. So it was just whatever glitch there was, did take care of itself. All right, so the concrete, I basically have this space here that I want to try to get my quartz and silica. This is all my Caterium. I'm now really regretting putting this giant space in here, but you know what? I think I might utilize this space in a sneaky way by kind of sneaking things through, because I also have this area over here. So maybe what I'll do is I'll set my quartz. Actually, I could just set it all up right in here. That is more than enough space. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I've already kind of, did I figure that out? Yeah, so here we can see, let me just bring it in so we can all see what I'm talking about here. And boop, there we go. So you can see here on the Satisfactory modeler, couldn't remember what it's called. I basically kind of pre-planned it all and how many machines I need. So it's not a lot of machines that I'm going to be working with here. I'm happy with the fact that I'm getting 200 concrete out of it at the end of it, especially considering it's only coming out of 4 machines. So I need to set up these 4 constructor, or let's call it 10 constructors. Because again, I prefer to underclock than overclock when I got decimal numbers. So if it's 5.3, what I'm going to do is take it up to 6 and then divide 6 by 5.33, and that becomes the percentage they run on. The reason I do that is, 1, machines are cheap, they're easy to build, and 2, it does keep power production lower. Every time you add a power shard to a machine, you are vastly increasing your power consumption. And right now I'm operating on 32 coal plants for that whopping total of what, 2,400 or 2,500 it was? I've already forgotten, like a mind like a goldfish. Every megawatt, every watt counts. Okay, so that is the plan for today. Let me get this off your guys' screen and mine. So yeah, so I don't really need a huge amount of space, and I'm thinking I've got lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of good space over here, so I might as well use it. So I'm going to first even up the floor, because we're just going to tuck it in right in here. Yep, that's fine. We can go in like this, and we'll zooper along. So there we go. Let's get something tucked underneath here. Use the 2-meter one so we don't see the bottom there, so it looks consistent across the bottom there. And yeah. So yeah, these guys are still up here. They're still doing their thing. I haven't been putting any fuel in them, obviously, because they're just going to burn through it, but I've got solid biofuel in there. So this will get some use again, mostly up to this point, because once I unlock the plastic and rubber, I'm hopefully going to be able to find the biofuel, and I want to get the jetpack at least, and start getting some height going. As much as fun as the parachute is, it's not as good as the jetpack when you're trying to travel long distance, especially doing the skip bump. Because with the skip bump and a jetpack, you can cook, man. You can outrun a train. It's awesome. All right, so like I said, we have our quartz. That's not our quartz, that's our quartz right here. So yeah, easy peasy, lemon squeeze. I even have this space back here. Except I'm thinking I'm gonna leave all of this area open for potentially bringing new stations in. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. All right. Why is it that I always find myself crunched up against spaces? Even though I spread myself out to try to not hem myself in, I always end up building tight. Anyway, all right, so the first thing we're going to need to do is let's get our constructors out. So we're going to do this for the quartz. That's going to give me 72 quartz crystals, or the whatever they call them here. What do they call them? Whatever they call them, we'll figure it out. It's a morning. I'm still working on my coffee here. Give me a break. All right, so we'll put one of those guys there. Let's get it set up to doing our quartz crystals. Now, for the amount that it's going to produce, so this is where the math comes in. So I'm going to go 4 divided by 3.2, and nope, we're going to go 3.2 divided by 4. So 3.2 is what we're looking for as a baseline. Divide that by 4, so that gives me each machine running at 80%. So I set this machine here to 80%, like so. So there we go. So it's going to be 18 per minute. And with that all programmed and ready to go, if I sample that particular machine, it will paste and copy and put all those same settings over into that side. So we look here, we can see that it's running 80% for quartz crystals. Perfect. All right, for the other ones, that is going to be 5 of these guys here. And actually, yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of a change up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that guy there. So we can see that that is already a quartz crystal. And let's put his other ones in. So I'm going to move the quartz crystal to this row. Like so. Let's pull these guys out, because it's faster than easier than going into the configuration. All right, so for this one, our math is we're going to go 5.33, because that's the total amount of machines that the calculation is for even split of 120 and 120 quartz going into machines. Divide this by 6, and that means we need it at 89%. I'm going to set it to 90%, just because I like round numbers. No, I'm going to set it at 89%. I'm going to, yeah. I don't even need that much. I'm going to set it at 88%. So I'm going to go on the low side, even 85%, because I only need 60 for the concrete to go into the concrete. And I'm making 200 per minute. So yeah, we can slow this down. Make sure we have a comfortable margin here for the raw quartz that's coming in. And I think that's fine. What's 200 divided by 6? What is 200 divided by 6? That'll be 0.88. What am I talking about? I know exactly what 200 divided by 6 is. In fact, we can prove the math here. 200 divided by 6 is 33%. Oh, no, because it's not divided by 6. But anyway, moving on. Jeez. I'm confusing myself. It's too early for confusing myself. Let's get this guy to silica. There we go. So now we're doing silica. We're going to be producing 31.88. Goal would be 33 per minute, so we are definitely underproducing a little bit, but that is okay, because then we do have our little bit of surplus, just so that we don't drain that too much. We just want to kind of keep the supply just above the demand. All right. So with that one programmed up, now I can put in 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is why, because now I have 5, and I feel like because this is against the back wall, it just kind of gives me like more natural kind of movement around this section of the factory. Okay, for feeding the beasts, we're going to need ourselves some floor mounts, because we are going to be underfeeding. And by underfeeding, I mean not feeding it, not feeding it enough. That's a weird one to not feeding it enough? Yeah. No, it just means that we're feeding it from below the factory. We're running our logistics lines below. There's always at least one that gets off like that. So there we go. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, let's get some lifts in there. So boopity boop, boopity boop, boopity boop, boopity boop. And supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Put the lift right in here, or it will be atrocious. Yeah, that one doesn't work easy. Okay, so we have those guys to feed in the quartz. I'll kind of get everything done up here before I run downstairs and do the rest of the stuff. Let's even this out here. Where do I want to even it to? Actually, yeah, I'm going to leave this one here. And just extend this one out like that. Of course, grab another one in to fill in that space there. And we still have our SAM ore down there, so we can kind of play around with that a little bit. Again, I'm going to have some way or another, all of these buildings will get enclosed in. I just, not quite there yet. All right. Where was I? I was putting in my lifts. Power. That was what I was doing. All right, so we have convenient little power pole right here. Hey, mister, can I talk to you for a second about your car insurance or your extended warranty? So let's bring these guys in and to there. And then we'll come around to there. And, of course, fill in the rest. Really do got to get the daisy chaining on these machines unlocked, but that's somewhere in the MAM. Oh, that reminds me. I completely forgot I had these last week. Sorry, I'm doing the ADHD Satisfactory game here. Is that I had hard drives that I had discovered from some running around. And I'm currently not looking at any of them. So let's make sure we get a hard drive in there. So let's go over to our bin here where my hard drives. Look at that. I got 7 of them, for goodness sakes. And let's get these guys analyzed. So let's pop a hard drive in there. And away we go. See what kind of hot garbage we get. There's no recipes I'm currently chasing. So, you know, maybe running is not necessarily like burning through the hard drives until I unlock the next tier. But it's kind of always that balance. I'm going to run a few of them, I think. See what I get. See if there's anything useful. I don't think I'm really looking for anything else. I mean, steel screws would be nice. I don't need them now, but I certainly will need them at a future date. Just because the amount of screw to machine ratio is the best. Screws, cast screws is going to be one of your top first recipes that you want to look for. And then steel screws is one of those kind of, you know, make sure you have it for mid-game. Where are we over here? We're over here for plugging these guys in. But yeah, I believe I have to just chase the Caterium a couple of more times. And I will be able to get my daisy chaining of these machines here. So if we, again, do an ADHD Satisfactory. Whee! Where are we going? We're going over here. Right through. Damn it. Can never quite hit that tunnel. So if we look in the MAM, yeah, we can't go down. But if we're going down the Caterium here, we'll be able to see that it is close. I just needed something else to do it. And I think, again, it's always, a lot of my stuff's getting kind of blocked up behind the encased beams that I should be producing. Okay, speaking of encased beams, we are going to need to set up the concrete here. I might actually, let's get the quartz moving over to there first. So we can duck underneath here. Let's, of course, connect up our floors. So we don't fall into the abyss that is below. gonna have to check my graphics settings. It seems awfully bright down here. I mean, not that I'm complaining at the moment, but that doesn't seem right. Okay, let me just quickly check. I want to go and have a look here at my graphics settings. Resolution, fine. Window, yeah. DirectStacks, max for infinite. Graphics preset, so motion blur, no. Texture quality high. Shadow quality high. Far shadow trace distance. Distance that shadows will trace. Lower values can cause gaps and shadows. High values cause more performance. Yeah, default's fine. Post processing is fine. Anti-aliasing, I think it's going to be in my... Yeah, no, VFX is good. Scaling, anti-aliasing. No, I don't want frame generation. That's all fine. Yeah, okay, maybe let's turn this off bright. Yeah, let's go with moody bright and see if that looks a little nicer. I mean, I don't mind the fact that I can see, but it doesn't feel right, you know. There we go. Yeah, see, that feels a little bit better. Not great, but better. Okay, so let's get my flashlight on. So these are what need to be receiving the quartz, which is over here. So to get the quartz down, we need to come over here. Where's the trail coming through? Yeah. Maybe I might want to... Yeah, you know what? Oh, there's so much to do. So much to do! And... get you all lined up. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, man. And... downward we go. Okay, so there we go. That's got the quartz coming downstairs. Where does that end up popping out? Probably somewhere really inconvenient. Of course it is. I don't even see it. Where the hell are you? Oh, that's the one thing with these pads, is that they really do want to be deleted. Okay, so yeah. So that's a bit of an issue. But nothing super. No, see, that's a straight through line. That is a bit awkward. But what we can do instead is we can completely interfere with the tractor that's trying to come through here. What can I do instead? Ooh. Problem solving. I need to shift you over a little bit. So let's grab a copy of the splitter. Coal is flowing that way. So I'm just gonna oh, pardon me. Move you over just a smidge to there. Grab the belts. And we are going, well, we can get rid of this guy here. And then we're going to take our belt and just plug them in. Let's go to the straight so we get the nice clean lines. We'll do the same thing going back towards you. Yep, that's where you went in. And then you can go back into there, and everybody's happy because now I can bring this line down through here. All right, we need to snake over that way a little bit. So I'm going to come down to there. Pretty much. You might say that. So yeah, let's have a look here. You can see, yep, yeah. Encasing the world. Sorry, I got a cough there. It went quiet. Okay, so got the line coming down here. Where am I going? I am going over this away here. Let's see. How do we want to route this? We want to come this way. Actually, I mean, I'm coming down a little bit already, so let's just use the existing belts that's above me here and drop down a little bit. Make sure I'm not bumping my head on the stairs. No, that's good. Okay. So we'll grab that and we'll pop you up here so we're not having weird supports, so we're actually properly supported. There we go. Then we can come over to this guy. Gonna lift it up by one because we're dropping by one in the foundation. You can see the belt's kind of doing that thing. I'm gonna correct for that here. So that stays nice and flat, and we can pop it into there. Yeah, that's nice. Nice and clean. Now, coming over to here, I think I don't want to mess with my SAM ore, and I don't want to kind of crowd in the SAM ore. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a splitter right here. Try to get it in line with where the other one should be. Yeah, well, so we'll put one splitter here. Let's get you lined up with that. There, you're good, you're good, you're good. Yeah, so we're going to put a splitter there. Then we'll come over here and we'll put some more splitters in. I think you need to be for the end guy right there. And move you forward a little bit. There we go. Why am I doing this the hard way? I'm going to do myself a little bit of a favor here. Instead of doing the guesswork, take the guesswork out. Let's go back to default. I want it to be as tight as possible. I'm going to drag that belt to there. The reason I'm doing so is now I have a guide for my splitter there. And we'll put this there. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to erase them, like delete them and then replace them. But I find it just getting things evenly lined up correctly. Because you can see now all my lines are lined up. I know exactly where everything needs to be. And if even with the belt here, I can just hold control. It'll slide along the belt and snap into place. So those guys are already hooked up. So all I have to do now is just continue the connections. Like that. Nope, that is incorrect because I put this guy up wrong, but we can easily fix it. Because that is the input. Gets me every time. Okay. Oops, sounds like it's raining upstairs. Alright, so those are all good. Now I can grab these guys here. Not you. You can stay, but you gotta go. And then I can replug these in. I really wish the automatic connection, when you place a splitter next to an existing lift, would connect, but they don't. You would have to go in and manually add the little belting in there. Alright, so that's one. Let's do the other side here. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Let's grab our belt out. Like that. Let's see if I actually put this guy in the right place. And it seems I did. Yay! Now, I don't think... Yeah, so I can use the snap from the other side. So you can see how I'm getting that snap line. It's actually coming from behind me. It's because it's using the snap line from this guy right here. So that means these guys are all properly lined up. And that way I can now lock you guys all into place. There is my receiving line. So the feed line now. We're going to come back this way. Let's switch it back to straight so we get these nice sharp corners. I'm not going to crowd in the existing lines. We're going to go right to there. And then we are going to come this way. I'm going to back you up a little bit. Let's drop you down so you're flat, just like that. I'm going to need to put one of you guys still hanging here, just so you're connected to the ceiling. And we're going to bring you up to the ceiling, so right there. A little short jaunt upward, and then I can just go boop. Okay, so that means now each of these machines should start producing quartz. Perfect. Now, where did I leave that limestone line? I know I left it somewhere convenient. It's right there, which is kind of what I wanted. Excellent. It's almost like the person who put it there is the same person who's using it. It's no plan. That honestly just happened. Not taking credit where credit is not due. And just because who wants to see gaps in your floor? But gaps in the floor means I fall through. Is that the old iron line conveyor still? Yeah, so that's the old iron line conveyor, so I can remove that. Let's get rid of that. I love the rain sounds. Like, it's actually blending from where the rain can get down to me and where it can't, and depending on how deep and what's above me. Yeah. Good job, audio guys. Okay, more iron line. And that should be all of that iron line removed. Okay, back up to the upper portion. So we can see all of these guys are doing their little jiggy. Thank you. Actually, that might be a good place for... I'm still not thinking of doing a central warehouse of any kind because of the dimensional depot. Just from the last playthrough, from the amount of headache I had. And over the years that I've had with the sushi belt system, until you get fast enough belts, I'm not ready to just start sinking all my overflow yet. And that is where I usually get a lot of my tickets, is just sinking everything that can't be used. But I can still do that. I'm going to keep decentralized storage and really rely on that dimensional depot, I think. Otherwise, I mean, everything's within a very short radius, so for me to collect all of these machines are just to make sure I have enough building material so that when I go to a job site, let me get that out of my hand, I have enough stuff that I can either quickly run home, or the dimensional depot will keep me filled. I can set up all the new factories. You guys are probably already full. Nope, you're not getting your quartz. Why aren't you guys getting your quartz? What did I miss? I didn't finish off the belt connection. That's what I missed. Oops. There we go. Okay. Limestone. Let us begin processing the limestone. So this is going to be 4 assemblers. And yeah, I think we can put those guys right over here. Lots of good room for them here. So let's switch to assemblers. They're bigger, so we'll let them kind of take a chunkier bit of this space here. And maybe right about there. Does that line up, you guys, as imports and make it nice and neat back here? Yeah, it does. So we'll put one there. Put one beside it. Nope, I'm missing cable, but fortunately my cable is right over here. Yeah, I'm obviously going to need to get some more dimensional depots set up for, like, the copper. Oh. Okay, so that's a nice touch, Coffee Stain. The cloud's already moved on, but it's still raining because the water was already in the air, because it takes time for water to fall from an altitude down to the ground. That was good touch, guys. Very, very realistic. Because where I live, I have gotten sunshine and rain at the exact same time because it's just such a phenomenon. We have very short showers that usually kind of run through. And yeah, quite often you'll have blue sky right above you, but still rain falling on you because it fell on you from the cloud that was passing by. Do I want to do that here? I'm starting to think now maybe I do want to move those over to here. What's what I want to put in here? I mean, I'm kind of getting to the point where I am going to have, because I need to get all my electronics. So that means all my computer stuff, my AI inhibitors, my circuit boards. I still need motors, but I think I'm going to go that way for the steel. Why do I need this space here? I need this space here for the space elevator manufacturing. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to put it over here. It's going to get a little bit tight up, crowded up against the Caterium here. But that's going to be just the way it is. So I'll pop those guys into place. I probably should have just set them up first, but... All right, we are not doing that. We are doing the fine concrete. So silicate limestone, that'll give me 240, and then whatever the hell's coming out of there, so 60. Yeah, okay. So I'll just copy the settings here and paste them all in there. The machines are going to be running at full speed consistently because that's the way I've got it balanced out. It's one of those rare times where it actually works cleanly. Now to get my silica, I'm not going to use the big container. I think I'm just going to continue using these little guys. So if we go to our organization, storage container, if I put you here, put you up here. Yeah, okay, so that'll do it. And I don't need to keep in my own storage 50 billion kajillion of these guys. I'm gonna run a belt from here from there. So now when I grab my merger, I get it snap, and it will snap. Excellent. Okay, good. So those guys can snap. Those guys can snap. Now again, these are the quartz crystals, so I just need to get them into some sort of storage. And there we go. So those should now be filling over into here, and these guys are necessary for when you want to start building glass windows and stuff like that. So you need the quartz crystal, I think. I know I need it for something. I know I need them for crystal oscillators. No crystal oscillators. I hate crystal oscillators. Okay, now here, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna be a little bit trixies. Because that's not something I want. I want to keep that output clear because I do want to start sending these guys to Dimensional Depot, so I'm going to have to do it this way. Pop you into there. Oh, didn't take. I hate it when that happens. Let's turn you back to normal. We can get this a nice tight corner here. Right like that. And then you go that way. And let's see. Yes, that's nice and clean and straight. That's there. Okay, let's do it this way instead. We're gonna go like that. Look at that. Already throwing the silica in. Instead, I'm gonna go like this. We're gonna go all the way to here. From there, it won't go into there. Of course it won't. Why was I thinking it will? How am I doing this? I gave myself an awkward little situation here. Okay, so let's grab our merger. This is the primary merger. This is all very awkward here. Also, I have a merger. How do you line up to that? Okay, you know what? I'm going to have to completely do this again. Damn it. Thought I had a plan. I did have a plan. The plan didn't work. The plan wasn't good. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I didn't mean to click there, but that's fine. You can sit there. Let's just get the height right. Sometimes the old methods are the best methods. The old ways. I was here during the old magic. Are you correctly placed? You are correctly placed. Okay. You are not correctly placed. Nothing is correctly placed. Everything's a failure. It's all going downhill. Woe is me. Okay, that is correct. That was angling back a little bit. Is just doing it far enough that I didn't notice it. That can go into there. Let's get the rest of these mergers in. By rest, I mean 2. Like that, and like that. Okay. So now, to get it down into here, got my audio set up right? Can you guys hear the game? Yeah, you should be able to hear the game. Yeah. Sounds like... Wow. My headphones make it sound like it's not coming from my headphones. It's weird. Just the little game music there. Okay, now. See, that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to block that right there. What if I come down from here? Can I move you over? No, see, they won't let you move. What if I start down here? Point you that way. Tip you forward by 1. Oh, I can make that work. Yep, that connected there. And now I should be able to get my belt stuff into there. Okay, good. And I can still walk through. Perfect. Thank you, guys, for your cooperation. All right. To get it to over here now. What is the way I want to do this? I think what I want to do is I'm actually going to take this line here. I'm going to throw a splitter in. I'm going to come back this way, but yeah, there we go. I'm going to throw a splitter in there. Pop that into there. And pop that into there. Yes, that still works because I still can bring out the line up there. Okay. Now, from here, we're going to go up. I'm trying very hard not to spaghetti. Instead, I'm trying to do it a weave. It's the weave. That's going to be my silica. So yeah, all my silica is going to come in from up above. I'm going to need a splitter. 1, 2, like right about there. 2, 1, 2. Got the right fit. That might be just a tad tight. Let's move you up again a little bit and over by one more. And we're not interfering here, so we're still-ish okay. But now I could go like what? Now I can go with a splitter that is completely ass backward because of course it is. Because sometimes these things will just rotate on their own annoyingly. There we go. And silica will end up in there. Do the same thing over here. So again, we'll grab our splitter. 1, 2, and face you that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And plug you in. Yep, that one. And plug you in. And in you go. Alrighty. One more splitter, which is going to line up with that guy. Make sure we have the input coming in the right way. Comfortable turn on the belt. Nope, I'm going to have to come back this way one little bit. Actually, what I will do instead is I'll just put the splitter right there. Pull this out of here and reconnect it. So then I can just take my belt and go boop and turn it into straight. Grab my belt and go boop, and there you go. So that is going to start throwing silica into these machines. At some point in time, I will need power. And I'm going to bring the power through to here. Right there. And right there. And right there, so they can at least load their inventories. Then we're going to come back this way to right in the corner there. Right in the corner there, and right in the corner here. And plug in. Plug it in, plug it in. Okay, Mr. Silica is delivering silica. Mr. Silica is filling silica. Mr. Quartz Crystals is filling Mr. Quartz Crystals. Mr. Concrete just needs a few more touches, like bringing our limestone up from the floor. So we're going to go in to grab our floor hole here. Put one there. One there. One there. And one there. And plug them in, of course. Like so, and like so. Excellent. Natural earth. I still have some natural earth. All right. Where's my nearest downstairs? There we go. Back right near the limestone, right where I want to be, because my limestone is right here. Boop. And it's right there. And then for here, I'm going to grab a splitter. We'll put them right between these two bastards. Like that. And one more like that. So these guys will plug in. Not quite fully centered. That's all right. Just because the machines are got an odd spacing between each other. We can just use a little bit of beltage there. We'll run our belts down to here. Grab the main belt. All right, Mr. Limestone, I want you to come this way with me, please. Let's say it right there. And into there. Yeah. And here come the sun. Do 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 do. Here come the sun. And I say, it's alright. Do 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 do. Little mama, why does he sing so horribly? Little mama, someone make him stop for the bleed. My ears are bleeding. My ears are bleeding. And it's what you say. I can't hear alright. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go there. And the daisies, like so. So we can do this. We can do this. This and this. I don't feel like moving them back by one to make everything more even. So shootsies. Shootsies. If I'm gonna have to have it asymmetrically centered, I should at least do it so I can use it. So we're gonna come back this way by one. We're gonna go to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the height of a lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is the height of the lift. And then picky. Oh. I've done it wrong again. That was a splitter. I need a merger. Hey, look, a merger. Hey, look, a merger will actually, work. Not right. That's right. Really got to pay attention to those damn colored arrows. Okay, see, like that one is wrong again. I'm never getting this concrete built, apparently. At some point, I eventually get there, but it can be a long, painful road. All right. Oh, I can just go through the top here, and we'll just do that. Let the concrete flow. Excellent. Okay, so there we go. Concrete is doing its thing. It is moving and grooving. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to get rid of all this, actually. Let's clear this back deck now. Of anything that don't need to be here now that these machines have all kind of emptied themselves. So I'm just going to do a little bit of cleanings. And just make sure I'm not removing anything I'm not supposed to. Like, the supply line. Because, yeah, none of this needs to be here anymore. So way, way back in the day in this game, if you wanted to clean something, you had to do it like that. One block at a time. So, yeah, the idea that you can hold control and delete multiple things up to 50 was such a nice benefit. That's one of the things about, kind of keep playing this game and I keep playing this game is, I got power. I knew that there was something I needed. Oops. Thought it went quiet awfully quick. Awfully sudden. My bad. Yeah, so one of the things that, as I keep playing this game, is just every once in a while I'm struck by, holy shit, did we have it horrible back in the day. Here we go. Power restored. Like, just the ability to do this saves literal hours. Like, if you needed to have an entire factory that you somehow, your starter base, whatever, you wanted to rebuild it, you had to go through and every little tiny piece you had to erase one by one. You couldn't just hold down control and select a whole range of stuff. So, yeah. Early access, man. That's the world of early access. Okay, how are we doing over here? You guys are all doing your thing. You're getting your silica. That's excellent. You're getting your concrete. I'm not going to put the dimensional depot in this yet because I still have this container over here doing its thing. I still got a few thousands of stuff, and if I put in the dimensional depot early, like for that container, it'll take it that much longer because, it'll also be drawing from here. I don't want to also be drawing from here. I just want to fill here. Why have you stopped? No, you're just in a pause. Okay, what's your efficiency? Everyone doing okay? Yep, you're at 100% efficiency. You are not. What's up, bud? Are you having a little trouble with your limestonies? Well, you're getting 240. I mean, yeah, I did interrupt your supply. Okay, that's fair. I kind of got in the way. Well, we'll just see how you do. Okay, so concrete is now being produced. Let's go turn our attentions back to over here. Go up the grand staircase here, and let's have a look at what we need to do now for our encased beams. So that's right, I was doing this kind of like hallways. Once I get signage in here. Okay, so the encased beams will be down here somewhere. Or the encased tubes, because I am using the recipe. Sorry, let me just go have a look at my modeler. I'm pretty sure I got you all set up here as well. So I'm going to have a look here. All right, so we're doing that. So 3 machines, 3 machines, 3 machines. What I want to do is double check if that's the way I set it up. So let's pop back into here. That means I should have 6 tubes. How many do I actually have running for me at the moment? I have... Oh, see, you're already set up. I'm an idiot. I've already got it all set up. I just need to plug in the concrete. You're probably all piped in down there too, aren't you? Tell me, Don, what did he win? Well, he won the idea that he's a moron and doesn't know what he's doing. Thanks, Don. Yeesh. All right, so now I just need to transport the concrete from over here to over there. What is going to be my best route? So, limestone is coming through here. Probably should turn some lights on. Interestingly enough, the coal is up a little bit because, again, I had a regular height on my floors, so that kind of messed things up a little bit. But it looks like I should just be able to... which way do I want to go? I should be able to just basically come right through here. Temporarily duck underneath there. And then I've got a straight shot all the way down. These floor pieces here are not good. I'm going to replace these now with the 1 meter. And I don't think there's anything above me that I need to worry about. There's no tractors running, but here's the nice thing. As soon as the floor underneath the tractor goes missing, it notices and will stop the tractor. Basically like, you interrupt your train's path. It just stops. Okay, so we're going to open that up. We're going to grab a 1 meter. And we'll spread you... actually, let's start from here. That way I know where everything is. And then through here. Not that one. I might have to keep that one clear. And let's do the rest of these guys now. I have a one there. I probably can't run down. Nope, I have a face full of foundation. Okay, that's fine. There, we'll put in one of these little fellas. There. You'll keep everyone happy. Okay. Oop. There is a giant hole in the floor. Dear Liza, there's a giant hole in the floor. Dear Liza, oh, I'm gonna need to remove these. Dear Liza, don't take the stairs out. Boop-a-doop, boop, boop, boop-a-dee, boo. My, oh, my, what? No, that's a bad song. Bad song. How to piss off a tractor. Oh, I didn't have to take his floor out. Some of the tractors are going to be upset with me. They can be upset all they want. I still need to go through here and clean these guys up. I think I'll just fill this in now. All right. Who the hell are you and what are you doing that high up? Erps. I seem to have been off by a bit. Okay. Now, way back over here again. Oop. Oh, that was a weak ass jump. Okay, so let's just get the conveyor line coming up first. Figure out where you gotta go before you figure out how you gotta get there. You gotta have the destination and the start point, otherwise the trip is pointless. That feeds into there, that feeds into there, and that feeds into there. Okay, so now we gotta go back to the basement. Right through here. Who the hell? Oh, have I not? No, I've got a feed line going into there. But I didn't connect it. Okay. Yeah, alright. That's fine. That's fine. We can do two birds with one stone. So this is the going in line. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to do that. We're going to wrap you using default to get you to go as tight as you can this way. So a nice clean, a 90-degree turn there. That way I can take my splitter and no, it won't give me the without the reference. So there we go. We can snap you into place, and I can snap you into place. Of course, I will need to return these guys so that I get my little pink. Okay, so you guys are connected, so that's where the limestone's going to come in. I need to get the encased beams to go to there. And that's where these guys are. So we're going to take one coming out. So just like we did with the other one here. Again, make sure our belt is rotated in the correct way. And a nice 90-degree. Nope, you're not going that way. Why are you turning? And right there. Is that straight? I honestly can't tell. Probably not. What I can do is use that. Okay, merger. Alright, so I know that is connected. That is the right distance. How do I know it's the right distance? Because I've been playing this game since 2019. go. Get the other one in here. Use the snap, and then I can remove it. Okay, so whatever is being made now can go this way. So we're going to bring the limestone in through, or the concrete in through here, I think. Yep, that'll work. Let's grab our line and let's go back to straight mode so we can have nice clean ziggy zaggies. We'll bring him to here. We'll turn the corner and head down this way. Like there. Where you gotta go? You gotta go right into there. Okay. Let's make sure we're all lined up. Right, like that. I'm gonna need one of you, if you would be so kind. I don't know if I can. No, that's gonna. I can't compress a lift that much, but I might be able to get the belt to do it for me. So if I grab my belt and try to drop it down, yep, it drops down cleanly. I can go into there. Perfect. Okay. Let's grab you now. And we're going right through that gap right through there. Let's hold you in place for a minute and move you forward. Like so. And then coming from the other way, I want to be right about here. To, let's say here. I mean, it should be just be even with that one. And we'll just come a little bit. There. Okay, now. And we get connection. Excellent. Let's get rid of the bracket. We don't need you anymore. And we just need now to head back. Let's go to here. I'm going to risk on knocking off a tractor. I don't hear any traffic up there at the moment. But I don't need this roof. I don't need 4x4s here anymore. Maybe I'll just build a route. Yeah, let's just be careful with that. Wow, that brought him to a halt just like right effing now, didn't it? Oh, oops. Here, let me try to fix that for you. Yeah. Ooh, nope, that won't work. How do I get out of here? I boo-booed. I boo-booed big. I took the risk and it bit me. I mean, I could just delete the damn thing and... I mean, I really could just delete the stupid thing, but no! I gotta get myself out of this. With the most erratic driving you've ever witnessed in your life. There we go. Just about freaking did it again. Alright. Who are you? You're Caterium. You close enough to your path now? That's because you're in the wrong place. Okay, let's go. What's actually here? Yep, sorry. There you go. Let's fix you up. Well, I've already got traffic halted anyway, so that's fine. I'm just trying to... Oh, I got a copper mine. Crap copper mine here still, too. Where's me concrete? Me concrete. Where did I send my concrete? So the limestone, so we're gonna come through here. Actually... Yeah, let's just get these guys back into place with some 1 meters, just so the tractors can keep moving. There we go. I'll turn this corner here. I don't hear tire tracks above me, so hopefully that doesn't kill anyone. Like me, falling down. Let me back up. All right, let's keep running the belt. That's a staircase. These are 1 meter foundation or 4 meter foundation, so I can replace these 4 or 6 or however many there are. Actually, can get rid of these guys too. And then just go to there. And to there. So now I can come this way. I don't want to cross the streams, so we're going to come to here. Back you up a little bit, drop you down by 1. Now concrete bags are pretty tall, so I'm going to come... Oh, I can't come by 1, by 2. Poop. Let's move the belt back a little bit. Or maybe, actually... Here, let me do it this way. Let's move the lift, or the thingy, into position. Like that. Let's see if we can't use their different belt modes. So straight doesn't work, but curve does, so does default. We'll just use default, and then we'll get you to come back up as tight as you possibly can, or the same as, so right to there. There you go. Good job, you. All right, let's keep going this way. I got a weird staircase in the way. Avoid the staircase by ducking through here. Yes, I can. Let's go back to straight. Come through here. Gonna have to jump this belt at some point in time, so we'll do another one of those little jumpy things. So again, we'll hold you here. Maybe I'll come in by 1. I'm gonna change my build mode. So I can drop you down by your 2. Pardon me. Like so. And back up. Like so. Okay. Now, we need the actual feed line. So, back over to our machines that I'm going to bounce across and throw myself against and just make a general nuisance of myself. All right, you are filling up with the concretes? Yes, you are, and you're very, very slow, methodical way. That just doesn't seem like 200 concrete a minute, does it? Oof. Okay. Well, I need 50 of those concretes to follow me, so we are going to go and put a floor hole right here. So, Mr. Floor Hole, can you do me the kindness of just popping in right there? We're going to send you downstairs. Thank you very much. We're going to find our staircase. I think it's just over on the other side here. And boopity boop. There we go. Okay. Now I just have to get you guys to tie together here. And I think the easiest way to do that is to head down right this way. Yeah. So we're going to bring you there. I'm going to grab you and we'll just drag you along. Let's get you back onto straight mode. I don't know how you got onto curve. We'll go to there. And do the same thing as I did last time. And all the times. Boop, boop. Back up. And let's get you facing the right way again. One that way? No, one that way. There we go. And get you on the straight, and there we go. Let the concrete flow, which means I can finally start using encased beams, which means I can start unlocking some more things, because the next I do have one more thing over here I need to unlock. But I have been kind of waiting for my encased beams. I'm just going to smash myself against the frickin'... What do we got over here? We have our expanded power, which means we can finally start doing that. So let's select that. Let's throw what we have in our pockets in there. I need to grab some more frames, and that's one of the other things I like to do is rebuild the iron at some point and get my frames and stuff more organized. But when I move on to doing motors, I think I might organize that a little bit better. There we go. Grab some frames. Now I just gotta wait for the container. Actually, I just need wire now. We'll wait for that. I just need to go grab some wire. Oh, I need 200 roll of those frames, so let's go back. I don't have enough. I only grabbed 100 extra. Whee! There we go. And one. Oh, I don't have enough room. I don't need to be carrying coal. I don't need to carry limestone. Don't know where the rubber came from. Okay, let's go put these, and I can go grab some wire. So frames are done. 2,000 rolls, so I need 4 rolls of the wires. Oh, I think my hard drive is probably all researched out by now. Let's see what goodies we got from it. But first, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want to quickly select a stack, just hold your shift key down and you don't have to double click or drag. It'll just pop it right over. If you hold down your control, it'll pop everything in the container until you cannot pop anything more. So if I go and hold my control shift, boom, it'll throw all of the wire in there. Let us unlock our expanded power.
Milestone reached. After several pioneers started exhibiting traumatic responses to power blackouts, FICSIT developed mitigation tools recommended by your local therapist. Power storages can hold excess power to delay or prevent blackouts in the eventuality that your factory's power consumption exceeds production. To simplify, these are rechargeable batteries. Power towers carry power lines for significantly greater distances than poles, facilitating factory expansion and exploitation of this environment for the good of FICSIT and humanity.
All right, what do we got for recipes? I don't really care about that. Ooh, that might be interesting considering, yeah, but I've never really run out of wire. Let's rescan. Oh my God, I hate all of these. No, bolted frames isn't bad. That's 5 per minute compared to 2 per minute. Actually, no, that's a good one. Screws are easy. These are easy. Yeah, no, that's a good one. I'm going to do that one. Let's do that one. Okay, let's look at the Caterium. So this is our chain power. So the next thing I need to do is I need to unlock those, but I need circuit boards for those. Can I build circuit boards yet? It would help if you're in your search. Circuits. No, I cannot do the circuit boards next. Yep, that is something that is being denied to me because I need to get these tiers opened up. Still ain't doing my jump pads. I need my phase 2. Whatchamacallits? Or tier 5. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. Let's get our spacey shippy stuff done. Our spaceship. Our space elevator stuff. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this space here is I'm going to use that to build out my space elevator production. So we need smart plates. Let's bring our planner in here. There we go. All right, so this is all done. This is all done now. Do I have smart plates here somewhere? Probably not yet. Okay. All right, so let's grab and set up. So our first thing we're going to do is let's look for our smart plates. Smart plating. Oh, that's cute. Huh, that's interesting. Okay. Anyway, that's what I want, is I want to put that. Then we want versatile framework. Right there. And then what was the other thing I needed? What the hell are those? 100 somethings? I have no idea. I can't remember. Automated wiring, that's what it is. Oop. Okay, and back over here, we want automated wiring. Automated wiring. Okay, so I need to get 3 assemblers, and I'm not doing anything fancy for production lines here. No complete lines. What I'm just going to do is build these machines. Of course, everybody needs something completely different from everybody else, but it is spread out, and I'm just going to fill containers. I've got all the stuff. I just need to fill the containers. Right now, I just want to unlock that tier. All right, let's go back to here. Oh, and then we'll watch him come in for a landing, but I am going to take a quick break here. And we'll get right back, and then we'll set up and see if we can't get our stuff going into the space elevator and then unlock the next series of things. Be right back. Hey, right, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. All right, let's get back up to the top floor here, because I'm going to drop a couple of some lines down for these odd things here. Might as well get some use out of the conveyor ports that they put here. You know, all of these guys here. So what I'm going to do here, let's just do a quick drop down. So floor hole. We'll put one there, and one there. And make sure they're going up the right direction. Okay, so then below here, we're going to come over to this area. None of the machines are going to interfere. I want 3 assemblers. I think I'm just going to put them in a row right across here. We'll grab our production assembler and we'll put in I'm going to center it to the road here just cuz. So we'll put one there, and one there. Okay. Then we need some cargo. And I think for the cargo, I don't think I can squeeze 2 in cleanly, so we're going to stack it like that. I'm going to put one in line, stack the other one above it, because each of these guys is going to need 2. So again, I'm just going to kind of force them into partial alignment. Are you aligned? Why aren't you aligned? Come back over here. There we go. And you're lined up. Let's put you into there. And then we'll grab one of these guys. Hopefully I got the corner right. No, we'll just... Oh. That's because you're supposed to be over here. There we go. Like that. Again, these are very much temporary machinery. When I start getting into... Oh. Bummer. I'm gonna have to move these guys back a little bit. When I start getting into the kind of more complex, then I'll probably again start making proper factories, like complete, you know, supply chains and all that, like I did in the previous playthrough. But I think just for now, I want to keep it easy on myself and just get this stuff plugged in. And let's get you to snap into place right there. And look for our connecting line. That means we have conveyance in the right direction. We can snap these guys. No, that is right. Yeah, we're feeding into the machines, not feeding out of the machines. All right, so you... let's... Actually, I got a room now to make you nice and clean. So we'll go like this. Turn you that way. Place both of you like that and like that, and then we can go straight into there. No, it's too tight. Oh no, default works. It's perfect for default. Yay. I thought I had a problem. No problemo. I don't have a way of walking through here, so I'm gonna go up by one. Up by one, and we can just do a little bridge. Up by one, up by one, didgeridoo. Don't ask me what that means. It means nothing. Okay, you're connected, you're all connected. Let's get you guys some power. Hey, look, power lines right here. Let's upgrade you to a Mark II post. That way I can grab the power line right from here. And we'll go here. And there. One more. I don't like my power lines crossing the machines for some reason. It's always closest connection point to closest connection point. All right, you, my good friend, can make me some smart plating. You're gonna make me 2 per minute. I need 1,000 of them. We'll leave you at 2 per minute for now. Versatile framework, 5 per minute. Okay, yep. And then you, automated wiring, I'm gonna get 2.5 per minute. Okay, so that means you need a little bit of a speed boost. So let's give you all 3 crystals. That takes you up to 5 per minute. That's perfectly fine. You're 5 per minute and you only need 100. So yeah, that balances out. Okay, so let's check our inventory. What am I carrying that I don't need to be? I'm gonna go toss a bunch of concrete into the concrete container, which is, I just left it here a minute ago, right here. So we'll just, boop. I am carrying way too much steel plate. There's nothing I can do about that. I did not want to do that. I got too close. This is why safety railings are probably a good idea around your pepper tubes. Sorry, give me a sec. More coffee. Okay, I think I'm just gonna toss. Do I have any tickets in here? No, yeah, see, the cost for the tickets is really starting to climb up, and throwing in simplistic things like this and like this really doesn't help. Okay, so all these things are components, those are components, that's components. Okay, let's go collect up now a bunch of steel frames. Why steel frames? Because I'm right here. And I'm just going to grab a whole crap load of them. Oh, not all of them. Let's throw that many back. I don't know if I'm going to need to use all of these, but might as well have them. All right, who needs the steel frames? Not you. How about you? You need the modular frames. Thank you. Not steel frames. Modular frames. So, you get all the modular frames. What else do you want? You also want steel beams. So let's go grab a load of steel beam. That will be over here. What did I get? Did I pick up any? Oh, I did pick up some signage. Cool. I have signage. So we can go there, there, and quartz crystals. I can get those now. I have an easy supply of these. Well, I have a supply. I mean, I have to run halfway across the damn map. All right, who are you? You're the silica container. I want the quartz container. You the quartz container? You're the quartz crystal container. Oh, look at that. It's almost already full. Nice. And my quartz truck feels like he has purpose now because he's not just hauling deuterium. Yeah, look at that. He actually has to do some work now. I mean, he's got a long trip too, so. Okay, there. Put that one there. All right, what are you carrying? You're carrying steel tubes, so we're going to go to our sign here. We're going to go and look for Z-tubes. Z-tubey. Okay, we're going to go steel. Pipe, because it's not tube, it's pipes. We're going to select that icon, and we're just going to put in steel pipe. Let's grab our colors. I want Pioneer overalls. And then here I want Foundation primary. Yeah, that's nice and balanced and feels good on my eyeballs. Let's copy that. Turn our beam off there and let's paste that into place. Yes, I realize these are not what they say they are. Robots in disguise. This is actually a beam. This needs to be a beam. And then you, we can, we'll keep the emission up to there. You are encased. Pipey? I think I can take the steel off. Maybe that'll get it onto one single line. Yeah, there it is. It stays on a single line, which is something I want. So again, we'll do a search for beam. We don't actually have a separate icon for encased pipe, so we'll use the same. It actually is functionally the same. There we go. Okay, labeled up. I actually came here for these. Let's grab a load of those and run over here. Confirm that it was you who wants my beams. Yep, that brings all the beams to the yard. There we go. Oh, no, 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 no. Take those back. That wrong. Upper container. There we go. And it even leaves me a few beams on board. Okay, so you're going to start doing your thing. Yep, you are. What do you need? You need reinforced iron plate and rotors. So let's go grab some reinforced iron plates. And I'm actually pretty sure I'm doing both of you guys side by side over here. No, we want to come over this way. Yeah, it's you two. Am I making stators at all? I don't think I'm making stators. Ooh, problematic. Problematic. Yeah, I know. I just took every rotor I had in there. Well, that would be... Yeah, rotor. modular frames. Okay. Let's get our plate. This is actually a good opportunity to upgrade these guys. Yeah, let's do that. Let's upgrade. Like that. That can go there. Yep. Actually get rid of both of these bits. And as we have an upper catch. And get you all lined up. And then we could just go with the belt directly into there. The belt directly into there. I want to have lots of those. That's good. Okay. Now, you can have those. And I'm using these for belts, so I don't mind carrying some in the inventory. Excellent! Go, little friends. All right, what are you looking for? You're looking for stator and cable. Am I making stators? I don't think I am making a single damn stator anywhere. What do I need to make stators? I need steel pipe and I need wire. Hey, I think I finally figured out something I'm going to use that copper, little tiny copper mine for. All right, so I have none of this being produced yet. Oh man, I need more steel pipe. Damn. The demands. I don't think I made a bunch of extra. Shoot. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some reworking on that. So I think you're not doing anything, are you? What are you doing? You're doing my reinforced iron plate. I'm going to put stators over here because that's kind of where things are at the moment. I think that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be my plan for next week, I think, is to rework the iron assembly. I think it's time for that. Get my motors up, get this all rebalanced out. So I might be actually, yeah, I think I'm going to tear all of it out and then redo it completely. Have a lot more iron available. And then I have all the iron available now. So it's just build what you need to build and then worry about feeding it instead of worrying it from how much of it can I feed it. How much can I feed it? And what's my barest minimums? Okay, so you're doing iron ingot. What you got going on over here? You're doing steel ingots. I do have, looks like I have maybe a little bit of extra steel ingot I can steal from. Oop. Why are you not orky? What's your problem, mister? You don't have a connection. That'll help. So that means I'm going to have more than that. Okay, so I should have enough steel ingots now. Especially if I connect this guy up as well. Yeah, so that hesitation there, that tells me I can steal some product from here. It's all temporary. Just try to remember, it's all temporary. Grab a splitter. Try to sneak in here before anyone notices. In and out. Like the dirty little thief you are. I really want to get that jetpack. I also want the... Oh my gosh! Yep. Jetpack and Everpack. 100% the most useful items. Okay, let's go up to... So I'm going to sneak it through here. Everything's kind of floating a little weird, but that's all right, I guess. And I make that drop. Nope. So we'll take this out, but it is at least lined up. Let's get that out of here. There we go. Oh. Hey, Corpy. How you doing this morning? Hopefully I didn't leave you unanswered for a while. Kind of a bad habit. Get to check the chat every once in a while. Good to have you here, though. Okay, let's go this way. And start dragging that belt over. Of course, I am going to go right through a power pole. Temporary. I'm calling it temporary. That way I don't have to worry about it. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say it's a temporary thing. Yeah, sure, that'll done through. And then up again. No, we'll stay at that height. Then we'll go up to the 2, and then we'll go into there. Okay, so that's going to get that going in there. You got power and everything? No, I don't have you connected yet. Power lines. Power lines are over here. Oh, hey, evening. Well, good evening to you in Finland, my friend. Okay. That's awesome. Finland. Cool. Canada, Finland strong. All right, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, all my wire is way the hell over here. I am going to set up a new wire over here for, I'm going to need it. And I don't know if I have enough for the electronics there. But again, I got copper mines everywhere. I have a roadway everywhere. I think what I'm going to do for the wire for these, because I just need to get some stators going here, is I'm just going to grab a crap ton of this wire and I'm going to set up a temporary container. 500 roll of wire lasts a while as is. Get rid of that. That was just a, what am I making? So I'm just going to set up another temporary container, let it fill up from the container until we can get. And that is the kind of the thing I find with this game is that the first few tiers are just a massive, massive scramble. You're just trying to get enough stuff to get past your power problems, to get past belt speed issues. Like, this is just the bare minimum. So unless you're super, super organized and planned out, which I am not, a lot of it is just get it to the point where you can get something accomplished. Like in this case now, I cannot make reinforced steel plate. I can start making my stators now. There we go. I'm feeding you steel pipe, right? Not anything else? Not beam? No, I'm feeding you ingots. Why am I feeding you ingots? Oh, I'm feeding you ingots? Because... because I'm an idiot, for one. But it is not that big of a deal. How many ingots or steel pipe do I actually need? I need 15 per minute. How much does a constructor make on steel pipe? Production. Constructor... let's put you right beside him. Over by one like that. I can make iron pipe. Yeah, so you're making 20 per minute. No, we're good. I'll just do that. I'll just cut this down to 15 production. I'm stuck in the machine. And then I can grab lifts like that. and a lift like that, and then we can toss you into there. We'll grab some power from you into there. Let's backfeed you just a touch. I still need to get past that belt. So again, I'm just keep you on straight. We'll come into here. Oop, no, 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 no. Come on. There you go, little fella. And get champ. Got a boy champ. Got a boy. And then we go in there. And I have no lift on this yet, so we'll throw a quick lift up here. It's uglier and shit, but it'll get me thrown in Satisfactory jail. Oof. There we go. Okay. Mix a pipe for the guys, please. Thank you. I mean, I could easily set up the copper ink and stuff like that, but like I say, I just need some stators. Oh, I have some stators on me, so I can at least get some of the versatile frame going. Where am I going? Where am I going? I'm going this way. What else did you need, mister? And cable. Okay, so let's throw some stators in here. I do have some stators on me, so I'll toss all of the stators in there. I have a bin full of cable right over here. I'll take the bin full of cable. You are feeding to a dimensional depot, right? No, you're not. Oh, okay. Well, it is what it is. I don't think I'm going to need many more of these, but, you know, we'll see. There we go. Okay, and away go the cable. Cable-y. Dippity-dippity, and dippity-dog, and, you know, all the other fun stuff. All right. That could be replaced with the start case. Okay, so now I'm just waiting for these stators over here to finish. I don't really have any place for you to go yet. I should probably have some sort of deposit. So let me just grab a container. Actually, let me extend this base out a little bit. And I'm going to switch you to 1 meters. Might as well start using those more. Maybe just do another row. Like I saw. All right, Mr. Container. I need you up. Yeah. And right there. That way I can move around. So you can go there. You can go there. And then all of those stators, I want you to please go into here for now. Because I just need to steal them. Mr. Temporary stators. The only thing that's staying is the steel factory, because that is kind of where I always wanted to have it. Yeah, I think I'm going to rip out most of the iron factory. Yeah, because all of this can be completely reorganized. This is just a horrible mess. I'm multi-layered. I mean, it's working, but ugh. So instead of going this way and then cutting that way, I think I'm going to do my production going that way, and then that way, and then that way, because, you know, I can bring a lot more iron in as need be. So like I said, most of the time in the beginning here, I've been kind of basing my production off of what the supply availability is. Now I can base it off the demand and start with the motors. How many motors do I need? How many machines do I need to make the motors? Okay, good. Stators and whatnot. Okay, now I need some extra stators. I need some extra rotors for myself. How many more machines am I going to add? Okay, and on and on and on until I find that, oh, now I need 650 iron ore. How do I get 650 iron ore? Well, that's, you know, moving this many things. I am still stuck on the 240 belts. Hopefully going to get past them very soon. That's what I'm hoping this will get me, because then I can get into concrete, which also gives me tier 4 belts. Not concrete, oil. Yeah, oil products. So we can start setting up our rubber and plastic, which is where we need to unlock the electronics. And the electronics, we're going to need to set up somewhere. And I think we can probably do all of my electronics are going to be in here. So that's all going to be this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to tie it all together. We're going to start thinking about how we want this to tie into the building. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do to get all of this, and why I'm thinking about doing a massive rebuild here, is I kind of thinking I'm going to just make one giant modular factory here. In other words, all one roof. So I'm going to put all of this under a single roof, but it's going to be in such a way as that each roof looks like, or each segment looks like it was an add-on to the original. So even though it's one roof, it's going to be at different heights. So I want to get everything into their kind of final configuration for, you know, again, my needs. I'm not making crap tons of motors. I'm not making motors for anything else but to make sure I have motors in my inventory so I can build whatever machines I need to build. I'm pretty sure I need them for my manufacturing. I need my stators. I need the rotors. Things like my frames. I'm going to kind of future-proof probably for the heavy modular frames, because that one always catches me flat-footed, so I'll kind of calculate out for that. So I will be using the Satisfactory modeler a lot. Yeah, so I hear back in the stating, a lot of just hurry up, do a bunch of shit, wait. Hurry up, do a bunch of stuff, wait. And right now I'm in that waiting. How are we doing on our steel? Let's make sure you're kind of operating at full peak. Yes. I want more. So let's just crank you up. That means I need 37.5 over here. Not that many, so let's just say 37.5. Let's take this guy back out. That'll strain my ingot supply a little bit, but I think I should be okay. Yep. So we look into these guys, you can see the belts are still kind of stuttering, right? Yeah, because each of these machines is producing 60, so I'm taking one machine's worth out. I should be okay. At least for now. And the fact, again, that the belts are giving that little bit of a pause, this is pausing, means that the machines are full. So everyone is getting as much of the steel ingots as they want. Probably because some things are full already, like the beams and the pipes. So it is an artificial surplus, but it'll last me long enough to get this all done up. All right, how are we doing over here? Oh, a whopping 41. Well, might as well take them. All right, let's get some connections so we can just, instead of holding them in the machine and possibly having machines pause like these two currently are, let's get the stuff sent upstairs without even interruption. Where did they go? Hello? Hello? There you are. And again, I don't need any ingots. Let's get rid of those. Okay. So again, nothing pretty, nothing fancy. We are just going to go from here. We'll do there. We'll come over to here. And we'll just run our belts. Let's actually come out this one here so I know where the straight is. So we'll go 1, 2, 1. No, I'll keep it on straight. 2. I mean, temporary doesn't mean it has to be complete and utter spaghetti. I'm not. Let's game it out. Okay, then we need a lift. Well, that just so happens to be pretty damn well nicely placed, but I'm gonna have to come down. 1, 2, 1, 2. And point you at you, and then I can go like Yeah, close enough. Okay, we'll start seeing those showing up, and then we go again up. I'm gonna count the lines here. So we got 1, 2, 3. So I want to see 1, 2, 3, and then 1 and 2. Because then you can go into there. And then you just go over everybody's head. Into there. Okay, so it is a little bit like let's game it out. But I got these guys doing their thing again. Yep, we can see our numbers are starting to fill, so we will be filling up pretty quick here, I hope. How are your supply containers doing? So yeah, just going to be doing some management now. You still got lots of stators. You got lots of your stuff. How you doing? You got lots of frames. You still got lots of beams, so you're good. How are you doing? You're running out of stators, but you're holding. You got lots of wire. Okay. So you guys are all running at maximum efficiency. I've got a couple of crystals here. Let's see if I can't get you up to 5 per minute. I'm not worried about using all my crystals because I've got a machine back there, I think, absolutely full of them. Because, you know, every time I have to go out rangering, I run afoul of the local populace. Which means I need to feed them into this, which then feeds into... not that. What am I looking for? Slugs. It's the slug machine. Well, I can get rid of you now. That makes me feel happy. Getting rid of him. What's that done in my inventory? I have got so much quartz, and I'm just going to dump that. Okay, you're doing my... goo. Where the hell am I doing the critters? Don't know here somewhere. I think that would be right here. Yeah, this is my critter production. So there we go. You can see I've got 58 because I can feed the critters into here. Let's get some signage actually. While I'm waiting here, this might be a time to start doing a little bit of stuff. I'm thinking this will probably just stay right where it is at the moment, because it, frankly, is not really taking up any space, and I want to keep something like that close. So, you know, the critter disposal, the slug disposal, I do want to keep close to me. I do want to do something nice, though, for a base for once. I mean, I always just leave this thing kind of just hanging out in the open. I never really... yeah, that's not my thing. I mean, I really struggle making pretty just for the sake of decorative type stuff. The interior decorator, I am definitely not. So, yeah. All right, let's just grab a purple slug here. We'll type in deposit slugs. Let's change you. Oh, can we go a little bit more red with you? How does that look? Yeah, that's good. That kind of, you know, deposit slugs. Yep, and then here, we'll just go to the power shard. Let's fix some lights are in there. So power shard. Power shard. And I'm going to go to my kind of default colors. So that. That. There we go. So now I know which one is which. Excellent. Okay. How we doing? Things are flowing, moving and grooving. How you doing? You are still working on your bits. Yes. Yes. Everyone's still happy. How's my temporary? Where is my temporary? There you are. Ooh, 80. And that's why I have to rework all of this. And I really want to get that hole filled. Okay, so the stators are here. How many more stators do I need? What is the ratio? 5 per minute per 5 per minute, so it's a 1-to-1. So I needed a total of, so I only need 60 more stators to be technical, which I've got more than enough of. Okay, so good. I've got enough stators. So whatever stators now collect, will collect for my own personal benefit, which is, yeah. You guys, because my quick wire is full, so you're good there. Let's take a quick run down to the other end of the factory. And like I said, I have used one of these silly little Y pieces here. Good for the end, not so good for coming out of it though. So let's go for a quick trip. And whoop. So I'm already bringing in 1 truckload of iron for the steel production. I don't think, I am using all of whatever I can carry on that, but like I say, with 1 station for iron there, it doesn't take me much, because the iron stations have 2 off. In fact, I think we just passed where I'm going to set up my next iron station, which is down there. Let's take a quick run back. What were you going to be? Are you going to be... No, you're going to be an extra limey stone. Yeah? So at some point in time, I think I was going to put a limestone there. Are you a pure limestone? Yeah, you're a pure limestone. So we're good on that. Oh, here. I'm gonna have to spend, yeah, I think I'll have to spend like a off-stream period just going through. Ah! There's no platform about that. Hey, you, what's up with you? How come you're not doing anything? See, you're full of iron. You're good. So I've got, oh, yeah, see, I'm ready to go with iron here. So I've already got another iron supply all set up and ready to go. So we can definitely increase our production. You are my other iron, so you're 240. How much are you anyway? What are you giving me? What are you kicking out? How much can you do? You are doing 120, so you're a normal. So I can get 360 out of you for now. But there's lots of other pure irons everywhere. Like you, because you're a pure iron. So I can get up to 600 right now on you without the Mark Type 3 miners, which is way far away. Power is good. How are we doing on power? I've added a few machines. Yes, you're rapidly closing in, and this is why I always try to manage my power, because it don't take long. Let's head down this way. Oh, I know what I should do, start thinking about. I should start setting up some batteries. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Hello, you. How you doing over here? Yeah, you're doing fine. And of course, I've got a nice oil pond there. What were you? Were you pure? No, you're just a normal. That's fine. But I've got a lovely little oil pond. And lots of other material down here as well. As I got my Cateriums over there. Look at that. We got some sand ore. We got some limestone. Yeah. Now let's talk about the future. I'm kind of in a holding pattern here, so let's just kind of give an idea of the future. Oh, that's my sulfur. I need to set up munitions as well. Mustn't forgetting that. Now that I got steel, I can actually start setting up more bang stuff. So kind of overall plan is I'm going to network guys, like basically have this main highway running down the length of the desert here, which we pretty much are already. We'll do side roads. Maybe I'll do merge blocks, like merge lanes, like connect across. Yeah, because we can start building factories in these big open spaces. So eventually, I think I'm going to end up covering pretty much most of the desert in concrete of some form. Because I've got all this space here, and then anything that's outside, we'll bring in through train. Oh yeah, just have like a giant, okay. So again, just planning and thinking about the future. Giant train depot at the edge of the desert here. Everything gets shipped in via train from remote locations and then gets deposited into trucks. Because I want to start using the trucks, not the tractors that I'm currently using, like the actual trucks. Because we also have fluid trucks. And what those trucks will do is deliver their material to wherever they need to be. So we'll have central receiving for raw materials, which will then get shipped into wherever. So this over the highway system. Oh yeah. And then we can build the buildings. So if we start running out of space or get close to the highway, we just make sure we're building above the highway. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Yeah. I have a vision. I have a vision of the future. Yeah, and basically just one giant. So kind of a modular mega factory is what that kind of sounds like. It's not built out to be an all-encased mega factory. It is going to be modular. I'll add to it as I go along. But essentially, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Okay, cool. Looks like a kid, so it's going to look like a kid just grabbed a bunch of Lego and started making buildings and floors and yeah, which is kind of what I am. Just a big kid making Legos and floors. All right, let's head back here. I'm going to go drop some batteries into the system as I just run right through traffic. I'm really okay. I got to tell you, the coffee stain, you knocked it out of the park, man. You took one of the worst mechanics of the game, the tractors and the trucks, and you made them finally work. I love just watching these guys run around, do their thing, drive the paths that are set for them. You know, the little nice curves and stuff. There's no hitching and stopping. It figures out the speeds on the corners on its own. Does these nice little curves here. It actually, you know, stops for other traffic. If something's in the way, it doesn't just go piling through. I will have to replace every one of these paths because I went and, as I was struggling to figure it out, I went and accidentally used the tractor paths. I want to use the universal paths. Why am I running down there? Tractor in the way. All right, now how the hell do I use? Do I steer that way? Let me try holding S or A. No, that does not steer me that way. Okay, let's turn around. How the hell do I get out of use that stupid Victor? Now I know in the actual Y junctions, you hold E, but you'll get an indicator of the direction you're traveling. Now this guy, doesn't it help that I'm traveling so bloody fast that it's hard for me to see? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get past the accelerator, slow down a little bit. Nope, don't go that way. I just don't have enough time. Oh well, at least as long as I can get into the line, and then we'll just come up by the hub. All right, batteries. Where do I want to put batteries? Over here, I am going to use... Yeah, so I'm going to... Over here, I'll probably end up actually pulling most of the generators out. Because I still want to have some bio, because I want to make biofuel from the jetpack, right? And I do have a little oil pond somewhere underneath here. I mean, I have kind of buried it a little bit, but it is down here somewhere. Not sure why I have to necessarily... Okay, now I'm stuck underneath my floor. Let's just use the map. I can't use the map for that yet anyway. But I do have a little pond of oil. I think it's just a normal one, but that'll be enough for making no power generation, but it'll allow me to make, a little bit of plastic, a little bit of rubber for my own personal building inventory. And then also the waste product from doing that will allow me to make biofuel, because while I'm unlocking the plastic and rubber, I can also unlock my jetpack, which means I can get around a lot faster. There is literally oil everywhere around here. So again, it's all about the shipping. And that's kind of the fun part of how this new kind of randomized the nodes. Again, they don't move the nodes, but what the node is does get changed. You have to kind of do more problem solving, and this gets me a chance to play with transportation. And frankly, I do like playing with the transportation. That is fun to me. What's going on over here? You are full. Yeah, you are completely and utterly full. You're full. Everybody's full. Everyone is satiated. Everyone is happy. Concrete must mean, yeah, you can see the concrete still going through strong. Excellent. We're down to our last 3 automated wirings. Means I can pull that out very soon. There goes one more. This will be number 99. Got a long way to go for the smart plating, the versatile framework. There we go. This will be number 100. I can turn you off. Because that is 100. Perfect. Okay, let's remove this production line now. Reclaim all the product. Like I said, it was always going to be very temporary. And away all evidence you ever existed. Removed. Need my flashlight a little bit here. And you go bye-bye, and you go bye-bye. All right, there we go. Okay, so automated wiring is completed for phase 2. What? Batteries. Where was I thinking about putting batteries? So, like I said, I'm going to do rubber and... Where is a good place to put batteries? Maybe in a subfloor back here? What is my terrain doing there? Okay, you guys, what are all you? You're all my copper. Yeah, I think we can just start thinking about batteries back here. And we'll just come off right here. In fact, I'm going to do a staircase. There. All this is doing now is feeding the tractors. So I'm pretty sure I don't need the power shards in there anymore. Okay, so we come down here. Let's grab you. And go across. And go across. Oh yeah, I can build a lot of stuff over this way too, over the waterfall. Oh, didn't even think of that. How much can I shove over here? How far can I get over here? I think I'm going to regret doing that, but I can always climb my way back up or build my way back up. Ooh. I'm going to die here. Now, I can only go so far. There is a limit to how far out of the area we can go. All right, let's try to land here. Oh, crap. Oh, my water supply. What am I thinking of? Dragging water from weird places. So, geez, good realization, dumbass. Yeah. I'll get out of here. Okay, this might be a little bit of a problem, though. How do I get out of here? Get high enough and coast along. Okay, let's just give a little bit of run, jump, and shoot. Getting back up there, I'm just gonna have to build some stairs. I got concrete available. Whee! Oh, I think I can hide my batteries down here, though. So we're gonna come down here regardless. First thing I need to do is I need to get back upstairs. I need to get back up there somehow. Let's do it. Like that. Yeah. No agoraphobia whatsoever. That is the edge of the world, my friends. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I don't have much I can go out. I can't go past this line. I think I was actually already past the line over there. Now, I have worked past the line before, but not often. Okay. Now that I'm back up here. Start going staircases down. I want to go down there. I want to get down to this level. I'm going to build the batteries sticking out of the wall and around the waterfall. Yeah. Just this nice little secret hidden spot. Which means let's change these guys out to 1 meter. And how tall do I need for the batteries? Where are my batteries? Battery, power, battery, power storage. So you are... I need 3 blocks for you. So that is 1, 2, 3. So we'll grab right from here and we'll go across. Like that. And let's tuck that underneath for the sake of completionism. Okay. We're gonna just go all the way out to here. Giant battery farm. And if I do need to go down below, we'll just throw a staircase in here and we'll head down below. I don't want to get, yeah, and I'd rather go vertical than super horizontal here. I'm already kind of thinking about that. I think that gets my staircase clear. So if I put a staircase here, can I go down cleanly? Let's say down to there. What does that look like? So if I grab a foundation. Yep, so then we have the next floor underneath. Like that, and then I can go out like that, and across. Yeah, we'll have a proper landing here, and then if we need to go further down. Woohoo! I like it! I like it! Now, I'm just thinking, if I'm going to be doing transport, and we have the fluid trucks, do I need to make... So yeah, this is starting to become an interesting. Yeah, this is starting to. I think the theme that I'm developing here is I built nothing in the Red Desert ever. I very rarely, maybe one factory like turbo motors or something like that. But for the most part, I very much underutilize the Red Desert just because, reasons. I'm going to try to keep everything within the Red Desert, which means with this giant lake sitting right here, why the hell do I need to go chasing water anywhere else? Why not just build my entire power production, my entire oil power production, and eventually nuclear power production right over top of this lake? I'm right up against the edge here. Like if I grab a foundation here, let's just throw this foundation all the way out and drop. Let's connect up to that bunch of rocks there because I suddenly had a panic attack. I was going to fall down. But if we go all the way out here, let's just see how far I can get without dying. I'm actually running out of concrete. Yeah, I mean, I could go really quite far here. Let's have a look at the map. Like, I'm right on the edge. I don't need 2 rows of concrete. Let's just borrow the concrete from here. I want to keep going. How far out can I go? I can build further out that I can actually live. That's the fun part. Don't go do that. Don't do that. No, gotta wait for the concrete to refill. Wow. Yeah, I'm beyond the bounds of the map. And just all water here. Just keep. Oh, yeah, yes. All right. Batteries. I was making batteries. Let's make some batteries. Let's try to make some batteries. I don't know how to make batteries. What do I need to make batteries? Okay, so I'm gonna do the first battery floor down here. Oh, I am running out of okay, let's go. First of all, let's go see what we need for batteries. Let's make. Let's make pods of 8. That would be 10 per group. So I'm just thinking of like quads. So that's 10, 9, 8. If I go 1, 2, 3, 9, I think. So yeah, 3 by 3. So let's go 36 for a single kind of 4-group pod. I'm going to start with 36 batteries. Okay, let's go grab our material for that. I've got lots of encased beams. Oh, apparently I'm uploading my encased beams already. Yes, I am. Why am I uploading encased beams? I don't know. Okay, where the heck did I leave the rest of the factory? It's up here. Modular frame, that's what I'm going for first. So my modular framies, you guys are still check in you in a minute on my way back. How many modular frames do I have in here? I have got not enough. I've got way too much cable on me. Who was using the cable? Cable? Anybody? You're being... Oh, cable was being used by the one that is already done, the automated wiring. Let's go throw this cabling back in here. Yeah, see, I didn't even use that much of it. All right, what else do I need? I need, while I'm here, wire. So we can go 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And so I'm going to be a little short here, but I'm going to keep production going. And I'll just build as many as I can get built for now. Now, where was that going? That was going over here. Because we're going to start building our batteries down here. All right. Don't like what's going on here. Let me get into my foundations because I need to get that looking a little prettier. I may not be good at design, but I know I don't like things just kind of hanging out. There we go. That looks much better. And right into the face. No, I'm going to replace this with a 4 meter. Like that. Okay, let's start building some batteries. Battery, power storage. Each of these should be a 1 meter and just inside. Where's your power coupling? Your power coupling is on that side. So that's 1, 2, 3. I'm actually only think I'm going to make 27. No, 4 pods of 9. That was the plan. That's 4. 5. 6. 8 and 9. Let's go this way and more. Now, I might have to put a second dimensional depot in. Oh, actually, no. Let me just go manually enter these damn crate. I'm going to go get some more concrete right directly from the supply. As I might as well. I don't have a lot of room for my inventory here, so I'll just grab a bunch of these. I don't need a 5 spot. There we go. Now we can make more. You know, I was telling when the end of the stream gets nigh, I really stopped talking a lot more. Or as much. Or correctly. Okay, a little bit more. Let's just get a couple more of these batteries in. I probably won't get all 36 in for now, but let's get some of these guys laid in. Just for the shits and giggles, because I really am just stalling for time now. It is going to be a bit before that stuff is ready to go. I do have something in the hard drive scan, I think. Or did I not start a new research? I think I forgot to start a new research because I got distracted by the Caterium line. Okay, anyway. All right. Oh, I am missing cable. Ironically. No, I mean, it's not really ironically, but Alanis Morissette ironic. Okay. Where are you? Another reason to rebuild is that, these guys are laid out nice and clean, but they're not exactly easy to move around. It's very much an outdoor factory. Okay. You guys are not daisy chainable, right? The fact that you absolutely are. Awesome. I couldn't remember if they were or not. Means you can go to you, because I can only have 2 connections. So you need to drop down into one of you. just like that. Oh, not going to work like that the way I wanted it to. Actually, I don't need to do these. Let's just keep going straight across here. We'll only put the power lines at the end of the row. Yeah. So we'll keep daisy chaining. All right, so those are all daisy chained, and then we'll put right directly in front like that. Like that. And then I connect that to there. That up to there. That goes up to there. That's already connected. So that would be 18 ready to receive power. Now I just have to bring some power down. Is everyone cross-connected? No, yes, everyone is connected through there. Okay, good. So I just need to bring one power line down. So we're going to go up here. We have a machine just happily doing its thing right here, which means he's got his happy little power line. So I'll pop one there. And what I'm going to do, let's take the power line off there and go to there. And we grab you. We go across to here. Bring you all the way down to here. And then we can just connect right through there. So that means you should all now be gathering power. You are! Yay! And all of my batteries will be full in 2 minutes and nope, about 2 hours. All right, that's it. Okay, so we have some battery backup. We have our stuff going up to the space elevator. I really just now need to let production run for a little bit. Let's turn the flashlight off. Let's head up top here. Okay, so plans. Plans are we'll continue with the power wall battery as, you know, we need time to kill there. Honestly, before I do and redo all of that, like the steel is fine the way it is. I'm not going to do the walls and steel. I like the windows and stuff I've got going there. But I'm thinking, again, that whole contained. I want all of this to be one giant factory with just different rooms in it. So kind of how I started over here with hallways and whatnot. I'm just going to have hallways connecting these. So I'll just kind of wall them in, figure out where the hallways, how I move around, which is why another reason why I also want to rebuild these guys so I can get the fills underneath. But I need to get my tiers unlocked. I need to get manufacturing unlocked so I can do my motors, so I can do my computers, so I can properly plan for all of those kind of basic building blocks that I'm going to need. And think about how I want to do the hub. I do want to have some kind of nice home area, but the problem is, I mean, it's a building. It's a self-contained building. I just wanted to see if I got anything in the MAM here. No, I don't. I'm not going to do any research right now. Yeah, just can't think of what I want to do with the MAM. I see so many examples of other guys and other people doing their work, and I just get, how How do you visualize? How do you do that? But, you know, it is what it is. I'll do my best of my thing. I make decent factories, I think, but for now. But I think that's going to be it for this week. As always, thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, maybe think about subscribing. If you want to be a channel member, help support the channel and get your name shouted out, like Lee Barron from Leebles Gaming, link in the description below. You can become a channel member by hitting either the link or in the description or the join button below. Support the channel for a very low price, and it really helps me out being a channel member. Guys, thanks for watching as always. Until next time, be safe out there, be good out there. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye-bye.